Well, looks like we're having another version of, Rachel Dolezal. Now, you remember Rachel Dolezal? She was the white woman that was passing to be black, and she was exposed that she was white. Was a lead of the NAACP. And, Rachel Dolezal, from what I looked into, she was actually doing work in the community, putting in some of the work. And, I can't really knock her for that when I saw her doing some of the work, but she was exposed for lying. I mean, she can do her work, being the person that she is, but, she still maintains, from what I see even today, that she's a black woman. She's changed her name and everything. Well, you have another one here, but this one wasn't working for the NAACP. This one by the name of Jessica Krug. Now, she was a George Washington University associate professor, and she was pretending to be a black woman for years. In an essay that she wrote on Medium, she admitted that she's a white Jewish woman from the suburbs of Kansas City. And although she had pretended to be North African at first, then Black American, then she pretended to be Caribbean at different times in her life. Okay. So she was teaching Black American and African history at George Washington University. And she said she presented herself as black for her entire life, adult life. She said she received financial support from cultural institutions. So basically this white, Jewish woman took money that was meant to go to a black woman from the Schomburg Center for Research in Black Culture. She also authored a book about the transatlantic slave trade as well. So in her essay, The Truth and the Anti-Black Violence of My Lives, that she posted on September the 3rd, she admit, her upbringing, in her life. She said that she first identified with North African blackness. Well, a lot of North Africans are Arabs. I mean, that's who kind of runs North Africa. So I don't know. I mean, I'm not saying they got black people in those countries. No, there's black people all over the continent of Africa, of course. But North African, I mean, okay, I guess if you're supposedly black, you probably would be more West African, but give or take that. That's what she said, right? He said, then U.S. rooted blackness is the next thing. Then Caribbean rooted Bronx blackness. Now, how did she not get caught all these years? They had people that was next to her say they did not realize it. She blames mental health issues. That's what she says. It was her mental health while she assumed a false identity. I would say there's a lot of finessing because you're seeing some set asides. I mean, but you being a Mzungu woman, you could still get those set asides. I don't know what you're talking about. Now, she called herself a coward several times, and she also called herself a culture leech. But the reason why she wrote that, right, is that a Michigan State University professor by the name of Yomara Figueroa said on Thursday on Twitter that several black scholars had done research, let's say, on her background, and plan to expose her. So Figueroa said that she claimed Krug only revealed herself in order to get ahead of the story, because basically these black scholars was about to, out her. And so she said, well, forget that. Let me out myself, which is usually the smarter thing to do is, you didn't have been had. Just go ahead on and put it out yourself. But the sister has said that, she admitted to the lie back on August 26th. They say one brave, they say Black Latina junior scholar approached the two senior Black Latina scholars and trusted them enough to do the research and back her up. Say the two scholars made phone calls and reached out to other senior scholars. They say institutions with proof. They said there was no witch hunt. They said, but they would need to draw the line. So Krug got ahead of the story because she was caught. She knew. They say the clock was ticking because folks started to confront her and ask questions. They say, do not believe for 1 second. All right. So they said she assumed many pseudonyms out here. She claimed that she's from the hood in one Twitter bio, all of that. But, a lot of people was upset with this story, and rightfully so. This is not the first time, probably not going to be the last. But the reason why, this is an unfortunate thing, the reason why she can pass like this or play that game is it all goes back to slavery. Let's go there. You see, at the end of slavery, when they did the census, we had 600,000, listen to that number, 600,000 mixed race, biracial people that came through plantation rape. When we came here forcefully, we didn't have all this light skinned, almost white looking people. We didn't have that. Just when you go to the continent of Africa now, this is the norm, not the light skin and all of that. And people can't help what skin color they are, but all that light skin and all of that came from plantation rape. Bottom line, that's where it comes from. For instance, it was interesting that when I went to Kenya last year, if you aren't dark skin, if you light skin, they consider you Mzungu, even if you light skin black. Because like Brother Sharif, my camera guy, he's a light skinned brother. They called him Mzungu too. He said, "Oh wait, yeah, I ain't no Mzungu. What you talking about? I'm black. And don't call me that, you know." But yeah, that's just kind of how they look at it. If you're not dark, you white. That's how they look at you. So, but it's not our fault. It's not the fault of anybody what's in our lineage. You know, I mean, we can't help any of that. But it's sad. I'm like, why did you have to lie? Like, for what? I mean, you get a lot of benefits as being a Mzungu. So why are you lying to get? I mean, what is it you could not get being a Mzungu that a black person gets? Like what? I mean, did you want like to be a part of a community that kind of, you know, we're not perfect, but black Americans are the most tight knit of all the communities in the black world. Yes, we are. You know, that's for sure. And even other African brothers and sisters, we admit that black Americans are, you know, we together. Yes, we got our problems. Yes, we don't have the unity that we want, but we're still more unified than most. I mean, is she like that? I don't know what she wanted, but I don't think this woman gonna be the last one. There's probably got one right now pretending. There was another story, had this Indian guy pretending to be a black guy so he can get into college. But these same people at the end of the day, you know, they don't like us like that, but they sure want to take things from us. Boy, this story here is just amazing. Like, how did she go this long though? Like, I looked at the pictures of her. I mean, like, I don't see how she went that long. Like, even certain conversations that black folks had with her, you didn't kind of like, man, she kind of talking different, you know. But I understand black folks, you know, we're not a monolith, so maybe some people could have got fooled by that. But hey, at least they found out with time. But yeah, to me, it's a crazy story. It's utterly crazy. You want to take our benefits and have your benefits too. I mean, what would she do? Like, she go to the grocery store as herself and then go around black folks, you know, in her, I guess, blackface. Crazy story. Y'all, let me know in the comments what you think about it, especially the sisters. You know, what do you think about this? Because this is the second Mzungu woman that we know of nationally to pull a stunt like this.